Don't call it a comeback, because Conceptual BJJ is back with the first proper video in the series looking at Richard Wiseman's The Luck Factor and BJJ. Today we're going to be looking at the first principle, which is maximise your chance opportunities. What we're going to be looking at is, over the next few videos, in terms of looking at the key principles and the sub-principles, is building up a checklist that you can use to help complement and develop your on and off the mat training. So the first kind of key principle we're looking at can be really summed up in this with this kind of phrase: lucky people create, notice, and they act upon chance opportunities on the mat. Now that's not to say that they're reckless or that they just play a game which isn't based on any kind of thought or predetermined kind of thought or kind of game plans, etc., etc. It's just to say that they're kind of those type people, and I'm sure you've got guys like that you've either rolled with or trained with. They're kind of laid back enough, which is the sub principle too. They have a relaxed attitude to kind of try things, to use trial and error, to fail, maybe to ask questions in terms of the key network of people that help in developing, and they're also open to new experiences. Now all these kind of accumulate in this kind of nice tidy principle of maximise your chance opportunities, and hopefully by adopting some of these or kind of looking at how you approach these attitudes and these kind of behavioural traits, you too can kind of help develop your on and off the mat training. So if we look at the first point, the first sub principle, that is, lucky people build and maintain a strong network of luck. Now Richard Wiseman calls this network of luck, he kind of links it to this little black book of contacts that people have, and that's the same for BJJ. It's very hard for for new students, or maybe you've just joined a new school, or whether or not you're kind of a gregarious kind of outgoing person, to ask questions, to seek help with the senior members of your club or senior coaches, etc., etc. So what this network of luck is, as Richard kind of calls it in the book, it's seeking out those that can kind of help you directly within your kind of training and your development. Now obviously, if you're looking at building your wrestling game, or you're looking at building your kind of gi choke game, then I'm sure there's people within your club or guys that you've trained with maybe at other schools that can really kind of help you do that, and trying to figure things out on your own maybe, or kind of struggling to kind of find answers to questions which have already been asked by a lot of senior coaches or senior students within your club, can be kind of a long way round of kind of doing things. So what this point is talking about is kind of seek people and be open and relaxed, and be happy to kind of ask questions and kind of talk to people who have been there before you have, and that's not to say that you need to be pestering people, far from it, but the fact is that there are people out there to help you, and if you can kind of create and kind of build this network of people that you can kind of develop, then you're going to get the best out of your training. Point number 2 is lucky people have a relaxed attitude towards their training. Now the vast majority of people who are doing BJJ do it as a hobby, myself included, and I know there's a lot of kind of combative intentions that are involved with your training, and also with kind of competition, but at the end of the day this is a hobby, and you wouldn't see a model railway enthusiast kind of smashing up bridges or kind of ruining what they're doing, and they obviously take pride in what they do, and it should be no different for what you're doing as a kind of a BJJ athlete. At the end of the day, you're kind of training at a school, you should be looking after each other and kind of taking a relaxed attitude with it, having fun with it, and developing. And we've all trained with people or seen at competitions where there are people who do take things a lot serious, and more serious than others. And if that is you, or you kind of don't take a completely relaxed attitude towards training, maybe that's something you need to kind of look at and see where it might be holding you back. because it probably will be. And you know, these chance opportunities, which is the kind of the link back to the key principle, when that red mist descends, it is going to be hard for you to spot chance sweeps or chance opportunities in terms of maybe attending a seminar that you might not have heard of, or you know, getting the chance to go and train at somebody else's school, or getting the chance to kind of work in a small group within your club on certain aspects of a sweep or a submission, or kind of certain aspects of your game development. So, you know, if you're being relaxed, and obviously people want to work with more people who are relaxed and cool and laid back, rather than those kind of people who take it a little bit more seriously. So again, that's one for the checklist. If it's kind of something which, you know, you need to work on, that's fine. If we move on to the third point now, the final point, lucky people are open to new experiences both on and off the mat. This is kind of really linked to this relaxed attitude. If you're kind of quite dogmatic and you're quite closed-minded about your training, you know, you might kind of believe you've got a certain kind of level of a sweeping game, or a certain level of passing, or just a general kind of game. It can be quite hard for you to kind of get to that next level, because you're obviously kind of being quite closed-minded about what you're doing. You're not going to be open to new experiences, maybe new drills, new positions, and you know, in terms of new techniques that might be kind of being brought into the club by your coaches and by other athletes in your club. So, you know, again, it kind of goes hand in hand with being kind of quite relaxed towards your training. So just be aware that those kind of people who are, and as Richard Wiseman calls them, lucky people, they are open to new experiences. Maybe they do try some new rubber guard stuff that they've never worked before, and it might completely revolutionise the closed guard game, you know. And before trying that, they might have said, "Oh no, my closed guard game's fine," etc., etc. So, you know, kind of combining these three aspects, if you do take a relaxed attitude towards training, you do kind of be open to kind of trying new things, and you know, bringing new things into your own gym, and kind of developing things that way, and also seeking out help where you need it, and kind of maintaining and kind of creating this network of luck. You know, you can only maximise your chance opportunities within kind of training, and that goes for kind of both off and off the mat, and also into kind of your life as well. So that's a few things for you to be looking out for, and a few things to be mulling over until the next video. So, like I say, some of the points are a little bit obvious, and some of them might be a little bit obscure, but that they are kind of ideas within ideas also that you might be able to kind of help to develop and kind of boost your training. So I hope you enjoyed this video. The next video we're going to be looking at is going to be based on intuition and hunches, so look out for that in the near future. I've been Adam Adzad, and this is conceptualbjj.com.